everyone, welcome to my studio. I'm Chris Branley. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to quickly get a drawing in place so you can get right into your painting. This video is divided up into 3 parts, so I encourage you to watch all 3. Part 1, I'm going to show you how to get an outline of those main objects. Part 2 will be blocking in all of the color. And part 3 will be deepening those values and getting in a little more detail before getting into the main portion of the painting. This process is really going to help you loosen up those brush strokes and paint a little bit more impressionistically. I hope you enjoy. A little trick that you can use when you're trying to develop your drawing skills and get that basic drawing down before you start painting your more detailed shapes is you want to lay in those big generalized shapes first. So here is a little trick to help you do that. If you'll come over and actually start marking off your lines on the photo and then bringing those lines over onto your gridded surface. One little bit at a time is going to help lay in those big generalized shapes. Try and pay attention to your grid lines and where those little rose petals and lines intersect with each other. Looking to see how much space is in each square. And even if you get your lines in the wrong place the first time around, it's really easy to go back later in the painting and make those adjustments. So right here, this was over too close to the line, so I just went ahead and did another line over to the left a little bit more, knowing that that's going to be easily painted over. I'm comparing corners, comparing edges, comparing shapes. So we've got our main shape for our rose, and I'm just going to go ahead and pick up a little green. So I haven't even cleaned out my brush because I know even though it's got some permanent rose in it, that permanent rose is going to tone down my green a little bit and make it look a little more neutral. So I'm not worried about cleaning that out at this point. So looking at each of these little general shapes, Not putting in all of these other little tiny details. That's going to come later. Just big mass shapes. So now I'm going to start getting in some of those different colored backgrounds and kind of just fill in space. Not going to worry about this. Our focus is on this rose. So that is part one of getting your generalized shapes to start your painting. So once you have your general shapes outlined, now it's time to come in and fill in those mass shapes. So if you look at your photograph, and it helps to actually, if you have a printed photo, to actually draw the shape onto the photo and then carry it over onto your surface. So as I come down, I'm changing color. I'm going a little darker, leaving some space so I can come back and just have a little differentiation between these petals. I'm going to change out color. I like to have fun with those backgrounds, just getting that all filled in, working with the underpainting, and my process is putting these translucent colors down and then building opaque, thicker paint on top. So that's the end of part two. When we come back with part three, we will deepen in those contrasting values. So now it's time to deepen our values and start honing in on some more of that detail, picking up darker colors, looking at the photo and where to place those. So that is the basic way to capture generalized shape and how to get started on a painting. At this stage, I've got my underpainting on. I'll come back and fill in whatever extra little spaces there are and then start building with opaque color and working in those final details. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to share it and subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on social media.